Hey YouTube, Cam here with another fragrance review. Today I'm going to bring you a review from the house of Christian Dior, and the fragrance I'll be reviewing is Fahrenheit 32. Now I know that this is one that has been reviewed quite a bit. Just thought I would add my opinion to the rest of the opinions that are already out there on YouTube. Just barely picked up this fragrance, I don't know, probably about a month ago, and thoroughly enjoy it. It's a really nice fragrance. Of course, it's a flanker of the original Fahrenheit. Here's the original. There you go. I'm sure most of you have seen this bottle, and most of you have probably sampled this. This particular fragrance, Fahrenheit 32, was launched in 2007, and the nose behind it, the perfumer, was Francois Demachy. And Demachy, I think he's done actually quite a few fragrances for the house of Dior. I think he did the majority, if not all, of the Privé line. And I was able to sample some of the Privé line when I was in Vegas. I actually picked one of them up. Once I got home, I decided I needed to purchase one, so I ended up getting, what was it, Leather Oud. And that's a fragrance that I'll be reviewing at some point, but with the weather where it is right now in Utah, this is not the time to be wearing a heavy fragrance like that. But back to Fahrenheit 32. If you're not a fan of the original Fahrenheit, still give this a shot. Okay? There is none of this in this. I don't smell any of this in here. This, of course, is very very heavy. This is very you get the petroleum smell or the burnt motor oil smell, or I've described it to people as fresh cut grass and gasoline. Kind of that vibe when you first cut the lawn, and it's the smell that gets into your clothing of kind of that grassy smell from cutting the lawn mixed with the exhaust from the lawnmower. So maybe a little bit of that. This is not like that at all. This is light. This is sweet. This is fresh. This is everything that Fahrenheit isn't. So absolutely don't be afraid to check this out, even if you don't like the original Fahrenheit. As far as the notes are concerned, whether you go to base notes or you go to Fragrantica, they both just list 3 notes. Top note, orange blossom. Mid note, vetiver. Base note, vanilla. If there really are 3 notes in here, then this thing is a masterpiece. If you can get this smell out of just 3 notes, then you're some kind of fragrance wizard or something. This stuff is just really nice. I'll tell you what I get out of it. I've worn it a number of times, and need some more testing to kind of get a feel for, is this something that you can wear in the summer. But what I get out of this, I get a number of different things actually. Orange blossom is something that gives you a little bit of a floral smell, to the fragrance. And you'll get some of that floral aspect of the orange blossom in the fragrance. Right from the very beginning, you're gonna get maybe some citrus. Okay, so it'll be kind of fresh. You're also gonna get the vanilla coming up from the base just initially. You're gonna get that sweetness in the background, even though you've got kind of that citrus and maybe some of the orange blossom as well, right out the gate, which is really nice. And you get almost this mentholatum-like feel to it. It's very fresh. I don't know how else to describe it, but mentholatum, if you know, or menthol. Think about menthol, and if you know kind of that feeling you get when you smell menthol or mentholatum, you kind of get that from this fragrance. It's almost, I think as Mark put it, in his review, it's almost cooling. And that's why he gave it a thumbs up as far as the warm weather is concerned. Summer approved. Once again, I haven't tried it in the extreme heat of the summer just yet. But absolutely, you are safe to wear this in the spring. And anyway, 3 notes. So you're going to start off. You're going to get kind of that menthol, mentholatum kind of freshness, kind of cooling effect. You're going to get maybe a little floral from the orange blossom. You might smell a little citrus. The citrus smell will die down very quickly. It's going to go away very quickly. And you're going to be left with some sweetness. You're going to be left with some menthol-like freshness, and you're going to be left with something that's giving it. You're going to get a little sharpness, and I'm thinking that might be the vetiver that's bringing that sharpness to it. But really, that's one of the things that makes this so interesting, and also safer for the warmer weather, because if you didn't have the sharpness taking the edge off of the sweetness, then this would probably be pretty hard to wear in the heat. So beautiful stuff, though. Mark, in his review, said that he gets almost a coconut vibe to it. Not that it has coconut in it, but he almost gets kind of a coconut vibe. I've gotten that from this. I don't get it every time I wear it, but yeah, I've gotten that. I've gotten that kind of that coconut vibe. I've also gotten, strangely enough, to me, sometimes I get kind of a marshmallow-like feel to it. Kind of like a marshmallow with some tanginess or with some sharpness to it. So, I mean, this stuff is really interesting. It's very unique. It's really different. But it's, at the same time, it's very easy to wear. This is not something that, you have to struggle to figure out, when am I going to wear this? Where am I going to wear it? It's really easy to wear. You can wear this to the office. You can wear this for casual wear. As far as I'm concerned, you can definitely wear this fall. You can definitely wear this spring. I haven't tried it in the extreme cold of winter yet, and I haven't tried it in the extreme heat of summer yet. But definitely in the cooler weather, absolutely, it works great. I don't know that I would wear this. I don't think it's a great formal scent, because it's pretty unique. It's a little strange. It's kind of fun, and I just don't know that that's the best thing for formal. But just about anything else, absolutely, go ahead and throw this on. Very easy to wear, very pleasant, very enjoyable to have on, very enjoyable to smell on yourself. Now, as far as longevity is concerned, I've gotten as little as, I'd say, 6 hours out of this, and then I've gotten 8 plus hours out of it too. So the longevity is really kind of hard to pin down. I would be extremely surprised if anyone got less than 5 hours out of it. Okay, but like I said, I've gotten as little as 6-ish, and I've gotten more than 8, and so it's longevity's all over the place. If you test this and you have longevity problems with it, but you really like the scent, don't worry about it, because problem solved. Get yourself a decant like this. These are actually the ones, if you've seen Hero's video on how he basically has decanted every fragrance that he owns, he's got a link in that video that will take you to where you can purchase these. And you can get a bag of 25, you can get a bag of 50. These are pretty cool, and the atomizer works very well. So if you like the scent, and you're just having problems with the longevity, get a decant. Not a big deal. Problem solved. And then you still have a great scent in your collection. As far as what I would rate this particular scent, first, you know what? Before I get to that, let me just. I'm looking at base notes right now, and this seems to be a little bit of a love-hate type fragrance, at least on base notes. You go to Fragrantica, and you get mostly loves and likes, a little bit heavier on the likes than the loves, definitely a lot lighter on the dislikes than both the loves and the likes. So, at least as far as all the people that have weighed in on Fragrantica are concerned, the majority of people either like it or love it. It is a great fragrance. As far as base notes is concerned, you kind of get a little different feel here. You've got 31 positives, you've got 15 negatives, and you've got 9 neutrals. So, that kind of tells a little bit different picture, at least as far as the people that are, weighing in on this on base notes. As far as my take on this, You know what? I really, really like this scent. I love this scent. This is enjoyable to wear. It just smells really good, and it's different. And it's easy to wear. And I can wear it when it's warm. Like I said, I don't know about the extreme heat of summer, but I can wear this when it's warm, and it's just really, really nice. You know what? I would give this an 8. Scale of 1 to 10, 8. For those of you who watch some of my videos thus far and are getting a feel for my scale, anything 8 and above is really, really good. Anything below 8, 7 is considered a good fragrance. 7 and 8 is the dividing line. If you're an 8, you're a really good fragrance. If you're a 7, you're a good fragrance. Solid 8. This is an 8, absolutely. If I got more consistent longevity out of this, if I consistently got 8+ hours out of it, I might be tempted to give it a 9. My only other concern is as it dries down, the only other thing that would keep me from really just giving it a full-on 9 is the fact that as it dries down, it does get sweeter. So, for a good portion of the time that this fragrance is on you, you get that really interesting interplay between the vanilla, giving it that sweetness, and then, my guess is the vetiver that's kind of giving it a little bit of sharpness, which is really interesting, really nice, and makes it to where it's not going to be cloying in warmer weather. But as it dries down, it does get sweeter. And because of that, I would have a little harder time giving it a 9 as well. But I'm going to give it a solid 8. Absolutely an 8. I know I've spent a ton of time on that. So, you know what, as far as I'm concerned, this is a great fragrance. I don't care if you don't like this, still try this out. I'm not saying go out and blind buy it by any means. You might find it strange. If you don't like vanilla, you might not like this. If you don't like sweeter fragrances, even though it's sweet and sharp, kind of tart at the same time, it's still got sweetness in it. So if you don't like sweet, you're having a hard time. But if you're okay with sweet fragrances, if you're okay with vanilla, then try this out. This is great stuff. Once again, if there really are only 3 notes in this, then Demachy he's a wizard. He's a fragrance wizard. This is a work of art for only having 3 notes in it. And that's my review. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.